Hello there, welcome back my fellow pixelators, what's going on? So about Lucky HG here, and today we're learning another Minecraft pixel art tutorial build on Shoyo Hinata Death Stare Part 8. And without further ado, let's get straight into this tutorial. So for today's blocks, we are going to be using black concrete and our gold block. Once you have grabbed those blocks, we'll be flying over to the next point where we're going to be going off. And we're going to be doing the rest of the hair today, and a bit more of the face details. So we're going to be flying to that singular upright diagonal you can see hovering over the eyeball right there, and those two right there will be like connecting kind of those two back there once we go up this upright diagonal. So fly in towards the upright diagonal. And again, I am just going to place a gold block just for those that don't get it. So there you go, as you can see we're going off that point right there in the build. So I'm going to fly back in towards here. And then once you have flown to this upright diagonal and you're ready to go, we're going to place one on top. And then from this one that we just placed on top, we're going to actually repeat this two here, as you can see, two more times in a upright diagonal direction. So do an upright diagonal, place one on top, that's one. Do another upright diagonal, place another one on top, and that is two. As you can see, that should be three of those twos. 1, 2, and 3. Once you've got 3 of them, fly back towards the end one. Once you get back to this end one here, do two upright diagonals, so 1 and 2. From the second upright diagonal, we're going to place one on top, just like so. We're then going to do another upright diagonal from here. And from this upright diagonal right here, we're going to place one on top. We're then going to fly down by one, so back to the bottom here. And we're going to place 3 going to the right. So 1, 2, and 3. And then from these 3 that we just placed to the right, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 2 to the right. So 1 and 2. And then once we've done this, we're going to zoom out quickly. And basically, we're not going to do any more there, because the hair strip's going to come down here. So that's why we're not going to touch this area. And we're going to fly back up to the one on top here. So fly back to here. Once you've flown back to this one on top right here, we're going to do an upright diagonal from here. And from this upright diagonal, we're going to place one going to the right. We're then going to place one on top, then fly down by one, so back in this right corner here. And we're going to place 4 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you can see, it is in line with this one here with 2 gap underneath. Once you have done that though, fly back to the one on top right here, as you can see. So fly back in towards here. And once you've flown back in towards here, we're going to place one on top just like so. We're then going to do an upright diagonal. From this upright diagonal, place one on top just like so. We're then going to do 3 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And from this third upright diagonal, we're going to place one on top again, just like so. And then we're going to do another upright diagonal from here. And from this upright diagonal, place 2 on top. So 1 and 2. We're then going to place 1 to the right. We're then going to place 3 on top. So 1, 2, and 3. And then fly back all the way down to the bottom. So we're back to this right corner here. And once we've flown here, just place 2 underneath for now. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to zoom out quickly. So as you can see, we should be looking like that so far in that area. Once we have done that though, we are going to fly back to this big line that's sticking up here by 4. And that's in line with here, because we're going to be going underneath a bit more from here. So fly back in towards this line. And once we have flown back towards this line, we're going to place 6 going underneath here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there we go, should be looking like that right there. Once we have done that, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from the 6, just like so. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 2 underneath. So 1 and 2. As you can see, the second one we place underneath just connects to the left of this bit sticking out to the right here. And continuing on from going underneath here, we're going to place another 3 underneath here. So 1, 2, and 3. And again, as you can see, we connect to the left from this 3 sticking out to the right here. And continuing from this line again, we're going to place 2 going underneath from here. So 1 and 2. We're then going to do a bottom left diagonal. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 5 going underneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 to the left and fly to the right by 1, so back to here. and place one to the right, and as you can see, we're connecting both on top of these 2 points here. But continuing on from this one that we just placed to the right, we're going to place another one to the right, just like so. We're then going to place one on top, and fly underneath by one, so back to this right corner here. And we're going to place one going to the right, just like so. We're then going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place two to the right, so 1 and 2. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place one to the right. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place one to the right. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place two to the right, so 1 and 2. We're then going to place one underneath, then fly up by one. And then once we've flown up by one, so back to this right corner here, we're going to place one to the right. And then we're going to do two bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. Once you've done that, fly back to the one sticking underneath here. So back to this point here, as you can see. And once you have flown back to this point here, we're going to do two bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. From the second one, place one underneath and then do three bottom right diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. And then once we have done this, we're going to zoom out so we can see everything we've done so far, and just so we know we've done everything correctly. So as you can see so far, we should be looking like that. So you see all those points are connected there, and connected there, and we've got this like little line going down here. Once we have done all this though, we are going to fly to this one sticking up here, as you can see just above the eye, that we placed going up. So we're going to fly in towards here. And once you have flown to this point right here, we're going to place 3 going on top from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And as you can see, that is 4 going up in total there. We're then going to do a upright diagonal. And from this upright diagonal, what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 on top. We're then going to place 1 to the right, and then fly back towards the left. And then we're going to place 3 going up from here. So 1, 2, and 3. We're then going to do an upright diagonal. From this upright diagonal, we're going to place 1 on top and fly down by 1. So back to here, and we're going to place 7 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're then going to do a bottom right diagonal. From this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right. We're then going to do 3 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. From this third bottom right diagonal, place 1 underneath, just like so. And do another bottom right diagonal. And from this bottom right diagonal, place 1 underneath. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals. So 1 and 2. And from the second one, we're going to place 2 underneath. So 1 and 2. We're then going to place 2 to the left. So 1 and 2. We're then going to do 2 up left diagonals. So 1 and 2. And from the second up left diagonal, place 1 going to the left. We're then going to do another up left diagonal and place another 1 to the left. And do another up left diagonal and place another 1 to the left. As you can see, that is 3 2s by the way there. So 1, 2, and 3. And then do 2 up left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. From the second one, place 2 to the left. So 1 and 2. And then do another up left diagonal. And as you can see, this up left diagonal connects to that one that was sticking out to the right. And it looks like a 2 going to the left, just like so, connecting to this line here. And we're going to zoom out as well so you can see everything. So as you can see, that is the eyebrow done right there. And then once we have done this, we are going to fly to that one sticking up on top right here, on top of the eyebrow, as you can see, on the hair strip that we're going down from. So fly in towards here. Once you have flown towards this one on top right here, we're going to place another one going up, just like so. So as you can see, it looks like 2 going up from here. Then do an upright diagonal. And from this upright diagonal, place 4 on top. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then do another upright diagonal from here. And from this upright diagonal, place 3 on top. So 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm going to do another upright diagonal. And from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 1 on top, just like so. Then I'm going to do another upright diagonal. And from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 4 on top. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to fly down by 3 from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And as you can see, The third one is just there. And once you have flown to the third one, we're going to place one block of concrete going to the right from here. We're then going to place two underneath, so 1 and 2. And as you can see, these two underneath should be in line with this 5 in total here, which we went up by 4 from that upright diagonal, just like so. And there should be a 2 gap at the top right here as well. Continuing on though from this 2 that we just placed underneath, from the very bottom line here, we're going to place another 1 to the right from here. And then we're going to place 1 underneath. And then we're going to do a bottom right diagonal. And then place 1 underneath. And then we're going to zoom out quickly. So as you can see, in total that area should be looking like that right there. And once you have got that area, we're going to fly back to that 2. And we're actually going to repeat this 2 more times in a bottom right diagonal direction. So do a bottom right diagonal and place 1 underneath. That's 1. Do another bottom right diagonal and place another 1 underneath, and that's 2. As you can see, that should be 3 of those 2s in a bottom right diagonal direction. So 1, 2 and 3. Technically you could say it's 4 as well, but this one's kind of, you know, connected to that. But yeah, it should be like 3 on its own, looking like that, going in the bottom right diagonal direction. But once you have done that, again, fly back down to the bottom here, and we're going to do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. From the second one, place 1 underneath, just like so, and do another bottom right diagonal. And from this bottom right diagonal, place another 1 underneath again, just like so. We're then going to do 3 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. From this third one, we're going to place 1 underneath. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, what we're going to do is we're going to do a upright diagonal from here, and we're also going to do a bottom right diagonal from this bottom right diagonal here. So do a bottom right diagonal and fly back up to it, and then do an upright diagonal. So we should be looking like that right there, basically, as you can see. And once we have done that, we are going to fly to the upright diagonal first, and then we'll come back to that bottom right diagonal later on. So fly back up to the upright diagonal and place 1 on top, just like so. So again, we should be looking like that right there in that area. Again, continuing on from this 2 though, do an up left diagonal from here. From this up left diagonal, place 1 on top, but I'm going to place 1 to the left, flying to the right by 1, so back to this right corner here, and place 2 on top. So 1 and 2. Once you've done that, fly back to the 1 sticking out to the left, so back to here, and do a up left diagonal from here. From this up left diagonal, place 2 on top, so 1 and 2. We're then going to do another up left diagonal, and from this up left diagonal, place 1 on top. Then do another up left diagonal, and place another 1 on top. And there we go. Once you've done that, do another up left diagonal from here. From this up left diagonal, place 3 on top. So 1, 2, and 3. We're then going to do another up left diagonal, and this time place 2 on top. So 1 and 2. Then do another up left diagonal from here. From this up left diagonal, place 6 on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're then going to place 1 to the right. Then place 2 on top. So 1 and 2. Then fly all the way down. So back to this right corner here. And we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And once we've done this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 4 going underneath. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal and place 2 underneath, so 1 and 2, and then do another bottom right diagonal, and from this bottom right diagonal, place 1 underneath, just like so, and finally but not least, do another bottom right diagonal, and place 1 underneath, and then there we go, we've done that little area. So once we have done that line going down there though, we are still going to continue going up, and we're going to be flying to the 2 that's sticking up right here, so flying towards this 2 sticking up. Once we have flown towards this 2 sticking up, we're going to do a up left diagonal from here, just like so. From this up left diagonal, we're going to place 5 going up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then do another up left diagonal from here. And from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 9 going up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And once you've done this, you can also take out your gold block, and you can just place 3 on top from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And as you can see, this 3 that we just placed on top should connect to this big black concrete outline. and it should also connect to the second one going to the end here. So as you can see, there's one more segment to the right here. Once we have done this though, we can destroy those gold blocks. And now once you have destroyed those gold blocks, we're also going to zoom out so we can see what we've done. And we are done there, so we are going to fly to that bottom right diagonal that we did. So fly in towards that bottom right diagonal once you've had a good look and you're ready to go on. And once you have flown on here and you are ready to go, we are going to do another bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place one underneath just like so. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place two underneath, so 1 and 2. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place one underneath, just like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to repeat this 2 here, and we're going to repeat it 4 more times in a bottom right diagonal direction. So we're going to repeat this 2 here 4 more times in a bottom right diagonal direction. So do a bottom right diagonal, place one underneath, that's 1. Do another bottom right diagonal, place another one underneath, that's 2. Another bottom right diagonal, another one underneath, that's 3. Another bottom right diagonal, another one underneath, and that should be 4. And that should be 5 of those 2s in total going in a bottom right diagonal direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As you can see, we've got 5 of them, so fly back towards the end one right here. Once you have flown back towards this end one here, we're going to do another bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 2 underneath, so 1 and 2. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 2 underneath, so 1 and 2. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal, and from this one, place 1 underneath this time. And then do another bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 to the right. We're then going to place 1 on top. And then fly down by 1, so back to this right corner here. And we're going to place 1 to the right from here. We're then going to place 1 underneath. We're then going to place 1 to the right. We're then going to place 1 underneath. Then place 1 to the left. And then we're going to fly up by 1, so back to here. And place 1 to the left of here. Now we're going to zoom out so we can see what we've done. And there we go. We should be looking like that right there. So again, it's kind of like one of those 2x2 squares inside each other, which is like basically like a cuboid, as you know. But anyway, continuing on from the one that we placed on top, we're going to fly back to there. And once we have flown back to here, we are going to place another one on top from here, just like so. So as you see, it looks like 2 sticking up from here. And once you have done this, do a up left diagonal from here. From this up left diagonal, place 2 on top, so 1 and 2. We're then going to do another up left diagonal, and from this up left diagonal, we're going to place another 2 on top, so 1 and 2. Then do another up left diagonal from here, and from this up left diagonal, place 1 on top this time, just like so. Then do another up left diagonal, and from this up left diagonal, place 3 on top, so 1, 2, and 3. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a up right diagonal from this 3 that we just placed on top, and also going to do a up left diagonal from here. So do an up right diagonal and do a up left diagonal. And we're also going to zoom out so we can see what it looks like. So we should be looking like that right there so far. And then what we're going to do for the last part for today, we're going to do a bit going from this up left diagonal, and then we're like gold blocks in another bit up there, and then we're going to leave that there. And then for the next part, we'll be coming back to here and completing more of the hair, because there is as I said, there's a lot of detail in this hair. But anyway, continue on, flying to the up left diagonal that we did. We are going to place another 4 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're then going to do another up left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 5 on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're then going to do another up left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 1 on top, just like so. So we should be looking like that right there. But we're not quite done yet. From the end of this 2 here, we're going to take out our gold block, and we're going to place 2 gold blocks on top of this 2. So 1 and 2. Now once you've done that, take out your black concrete and do an up left diagonal from the 2 gold blocks, just like so. We're then going to place 1 black concrete on top of the black concrete, just like so. So it looks like 2 going up. Once you've done that, do an up left diagonal. From this up left diagonal, place 4 on top. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then do another up left diagonal from here. And this time we're going to place 4 on top. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 to the right. we're then going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. From this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place one going underneath. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal. And there we go, we're doing that a little bit. We're still not quite done yet. So zoom out, and as you can see, this one that we placed to the right going here, where the bottom right diagonal comes from, we're going to fly back to there. Once we fly back to this one sticking out to the right here, we're going to place one on top. We're then going to place one to the left, and then we're going to place two going up. So 1 and 2. And once you place 2 going up, we're going to do an up left diagonal from here. From this up left diagonal, place one on top just like so. Do another up left diagonal and place another one on top. And there we go. Once you've done that, do another up left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, place 2 on top. So 1 and 2. Then do another up left diagonal. And place 4 on top this time. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then do another up left diagonal from here. And from this up left diagonal, place 6 on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then do another up left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, place 4 on top. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And once you've done this, we do one more thing. Take out the gold block. And we're going to place 4 going to the left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you can see, we should be in line with this other line that we did just previously. And we should be in line with 4 gold blocks. And another thing we're going to do as well, on top of this row that we just did, we're going to place 5 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And as you can see, there's 5 going up. It should connect to the black concrete. And it should connect to the first one of this 2 here, just like so. So the very first of the 2 going to the left kind of here. Once we have done that though, we can destroy those gold blocks, because we don't need these either. And then again, once we have done all of this, we are going to zoom out and have a look at all the progress that we've made today. Oh, and also we can destroy those gold blocks there as well, which I forgot we kept those. So these little 2 gold blocks here, we can destroy those. And we, as you know, we are already keeping those 1 in the eye, because it's nice and convenient for us. But we're going to zoom out. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of detail. We just get Luffy out of frame, so it looks a bit nicer. And there you go. You can now see it a lot nicer, as he is not all the way in our way of seeing it. And again, without further ado, that is the end of today's tutorial. If you did enjoy this build, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe as well if you haven't already, because it does help with the channel a lot. And with that note being said, that is the end of today's video. I'll see you in the next one. So enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out and goodbye.